Aloha and welcome to the gaming headquarters. Thanks for tuning in, friends. In today's episode 13, we will cover on whether or not you should collect NES or N64 games that are in good condition. Let's dive into this. Hello, so here on the table I have 6 NES cartridges plus an N64 cartridge. So I'm going to just talk about each cartridge and then the N64. Starting with Vice Project Doom. The label from the top is starting to peel off. Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, same thing. The label is starting to come off from the top. Super Dodgeball, the label here, I'm not sure if someone put glue or maybe the protective coating came off because I can rub my finger on here and it doesn't feel right. So that's something I didn't like about this cartridge. The Marble Madness, looks like someone had cut the top of the end corner of the label, or right here. And then my Platoon cartridge has the word Kathy's Video written on the side of it. So obviously it was from a video store. And also Double Dragon 2 has a marking here as well. So I just want you to know there are ways to repair this. You don't necessarily have to go and trade it or sell it. If you're happy with it, just keep it, okay? And then the GoldenEye, what's kind of funny, when I went to the Cowlitz County Gamer for Kids, I bought an N64 and GoldenEye. This wasn't the game I first picked up. It was actually, the cartridge itself had a bunch of tears going through the front of it. So what I ended up doing, I went to another seller and asked him if I can sell the one that had tears for his copy, and I'll just pay the difference, which he sold it to me, and this is what I ended up with. And what's kind of funny about this, I ended up getting another GoldenEye that's in slightly better condition, you know. So, and that's that for that. So okay, I'm going to talk about 2 of the games here that I have on the table that I ended up selling or trading in for these copies. So I have here Tecmo World Wrestling and Spy Hunter. So I'm going to open it up and kind of show you that these games are very nice. So I don't know if you can see that, but I will zoom it in later in the editing. And also it came with a instruction booklet as well. And then Spy Hunter is a really nice copy that I got. With a manual as well for this game. So let me talk about these 2 cartridges before I talk about GoldenEye. So on Tecmo World Wrestling, originally the cartridge that I bought earlier when I was collecting retro games, like back in 2010, I bought it at the store, and the label was all messed up. So basically it had like a tear through here, and then the color was like just faded, like it's been sitting in the sun. So, you know, like recently here, I ended up just buying another copy and taking that one that didn't look nice and just using it as a trade-in. But what was kind of neat, I did fork over more money to get the instruction booklet as well. And then Spy Hunter. So the original game I owned was actually my copy as a kid. So recollecting back when I was in elementary school, I let this friend of mine borrow Spy Hunter. And then when he gave it back to me, the label was like torn to shreds, like someone had been playing with the sticker and then just ripped it off. And I asked him, like, what happened to my game? And basically he told me his little brother got a hold of it and ripped the sticker off. So I had that copy until when I went to another retro store and I found this nice copy with the instruction booklet. I just had to go pick it up and then, you know, got rid of the game that I had as a kid because I didn't like looking at it anymore. And especially had bad memories for the fact that, yeah, he never, you know, said anything, just handed it off like it was normal. So I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, if you ever lent games to your friends and they ended up in worse condition than what you should have got back. Usually if I borrow something from someone, I take really good care of it. But I make it a rule now, I don't let anybody borrow my games. So let's talk about GoldenEye. So this is the copy I showed that I had traded over at the Cowlitz County Gamer for kids. And I ended up buying another one at another, I think it was like in a retro convention in Portland. So this one's a better copy because Pierce Brosnan there, Bond, looks tan compared to bleed, kind of getting white here. So I'll show you a little bit of a close-up if you can see it here. There's a comparison. And another thing I liked about getting this cartridge was the fact I found a instruction booklet with it. So really happy that I got that. All right, are there any games here that I plan on keeping even though they have small imperfections? So games that I plan on selling or trading in, I'm gonna just put it here next to Cobra Commander. One of those games is gonna be Double Dragon 2, Super Dodgeball, Marble Madness, and Vice Project Doom. So the games I plan on keeping is Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Well, this game has sentimental value to me. I remember getting this game for my birthday from my mom. So even though the label from the top is starting to peel off, I'm gonna keep it. Don't care, has sentimental value. Platoon, reason I don't mind the markings on it is because the video store is the video store I used to go and rent my Nintendo games and also the movies I used to watch, like horror or sci-fi. And Platoon was one of those games I tend to rent a lot from the store until they put it on sale one day and I snagged it. I was so happy to get this game. I know a lot of people don't really care for Platoon, but I love it. The other game I plan on keeping is GoldenEye. The reason for this is because I saved my progress on this game already when I got the N64. I don't want to start over with the other cartridge I just bought. So it's staying. But I'm also not going to trade it in or sell it when I beat the game off this. I already bought a case for the game, so I'm just going to have it as a backup. Another game here I wanted to talk to you about, I didn't put it on the cartridge, but it does have a marking, is obviously it's my name. This was the first NES game I got when I was a kid from my Aunt Betty, and it has strong sentimental value for me. Never going to get rid of this. So I'm going to talk about the pros of buying these games with imperfections. So one of the things I've noticed, if you go to swap meet, garage sale, or even the retro game store, is that these games tend to be on the cheaper side, usually. Another thing too, if you just want to play the game, that's another reason that you should buy it, is an account that you don't care of the condition it's in. Third, well, let's say you got the game for free from your friend or family, then obviously, yeah, you're going to keep it. In conclusion, my opinion doesn't matter. I prefer buying NES cartridges that are in good or in great condition. You, the viewer, are the ones that are going to have to decide whether or not you want to buy those games. I've learned my lesson back in 2010 when I started collecting retro games, that buying the OK cartridges ended up with me replacing those cartridges here lately. So in retrospect, I want to know, do you prefer buying NES cartridges that are in good condition? Please let me know in the comments. I want to thank you for watching and hope you'll join me in the next video, in which I'll start putting out every Friday instead of whenever. Thanks.